Sorry about that.
It's all right. So if everybody will, we'll kind of step through that door of the congregation in from Exodus 26. That's verse 36 and 37 is where that's referenced, but depending on your translations, it may or may not say the door of the congregation. And but through the door of the congregation in Hebrews 12 into the Zion realm is where we're stepping into tonight, where there's myriads of angels. And I just feel like that there's right now in front of us that there are many angels standing right before us. Excuse me. It's almost like there's just like a sea of angels standing right before us. And I see a few of them kind of in the forefront that would be like the generals, if you will, or the commanding officers of the legions of angelic hosts that are here. And not all of them are warring angels that I see standing in front of us, but some are. So I'm seeing one kind of approach us, and I think he's coming with a greeting. That's kind of my sense. So we'll just kind of focus in on that right now and see what everybody's getting.
Well, they were when you were talking, there were a couple things that came up for me. One, I don't know, do you remember the angel from last week, Rasmussen, who I met before?
Yeah.
I see him here, and I felt like it was him when you said someone was kind of walking up. I thought I saw him walk up with a bouquet of flowers.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Rasmussen.
Are big. They're big, long shoes. Almost like what a clown would wear.
Huh. Okay. I see his shoes being yellow too.
Yeah. Yes. And the predominant color for me is also yellow in the bouquet. I mean, there are other colors there, pink, purple, stuff like that. Pink, purple, and yellow, but the yellow really jumped out at me. Hi, Mary. Mary Tice, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I just heard gift of joy, gift of friendship.
Okay.
And I felt like Rasmussen also reminded me that, joy is a portal to learning. I mean, it really opens the door to receive revelation.
Oh, good.
And he was talking to me about that. And I think we are also stepping into a good deal of understanding is coming our way.
Oh, good. Anybody else getting anything?
Hey, Bucky, I'm gonna mute you, and of course when you talk, go ahead. But there's a lot of feedback. I don't know why. Were you gonna say something, Angela? Whoops, there you are. You're okay. Unmuted.
Okay. You know what I felt like I saw was like just almost like Miriam or somebody like just dancing and twirling. And I just had got that kind of sense like it was like a dance, almost like what they did after they crossed the Red Sea, like just that twirling and rejoicing.
Yeah, I can see that as well. I see her with a lot of with the tambourine. You know how they talk about in Exodus. That's the picture I got with streamers. You know, silk streamers tied to her instrument there, her tambourine.
Yeah, I will add, since you're saying tambourine, I'm hearing Julie Meyer's song. I grab my tambourine and dance a bit. Grab my tambourine. So I was just hearing that in my.
That'll sure get us stirred up.
Thank you, Father. I'm kind of watching all this, and these enormous, like, bubbles, like, remember the bubbles we used to blow, soap bubbles, stuff like that. I just see, thousands of them being released from far away, and they're headed our way.
Just right before you said that, I saw we were kind of walking through the angels. It's almost like they've kind of opened up a pathway for us to walk down through the midst of them. And the ones that we were walked through initially were almost like giants. I mean, they were huge. And, I was feeling a little intimidated by them all. But they've opened a path for us to start to walk down. So let's just walk down and start walking down the path and see what we see.
And as we're walking, I just I see myself and others kind of high-fiving them. I mean, they're big, but they're very kind and friendly, full of love.
I just kind of feel like that, like as we step, into this path, there are a lot of children there, and they're like more our height as we walk, because the other angels are so big. But the children, I feel like they're holding like these baskets of flowers, and some of them are offering us like to create this path for us, like they're throwing down flowers like in a wedding. And I just like a sense that they know who we are. They really are. They know who we are, and they're just excited because of the bride, that we're part of the bride, and they're really honoring us. And like when you talked about children, it's just like there's so much joy, and acceptance. I just feel like there's like libations and offerings that they want to give us along this path today.
Wow.
I mean, I almost feel like the dancing and the entangling of the ribbons and the instruments, those are that we're being entangled into those things, like we're being infused into this place with them, like really becoming one with them.
Yes.
We feel their joy and their honor towards us, you know, but also for what is to come.
Yeah, that's good. I resonate with that. My goodness. Yeah.
It's really interesting, you know, as we're walking. I know that the one who has been with me since God's first thought of me. I was thinking today, coming into the night, it was like, you know so much about me. You know everything about me. But I really don't know much. I've never asked those questions like, you know, who are you? What are you about? What is it that you do when you're not taking care of me? You know? I just feel like I feel like there's this permission, since I put that out there, you know, that's like there's this invitation to say, ask, what do you want to know?
Wow.
I never thought about what they've experienced and what they know and how they receive their mandates, you know, and what they want to share with us, what they want us to know about them.
Are you referring to the angels? Or
Yes.
to the cloud of witnesses, the children?
I just feel like that the children are kind of like they're like allowing us the procession of joy.
Yeah.
They're really inviting us, but it's just interesting that I was asking those questions today, like, you know, for my own, for the one who's appointed to me.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. It's like I'm wondering, like, I don't even like know what to ask, to be honest.
Robin, I'm seeing it like the children are it's like they're facilitating our joining in with the angels, becoming intertwined, you know, entangled with them was the word that was used.
Right.
That joyful, playful procession is what's causing us to become one with them. And those are great questions. You know, I was just sitting feeling how almost selfish I feel sometimes when I'm talking to angels, because it's all business when I'm talking to them. You know, it's not, you know, what can I do for you kind of thing. And
that's exactly how I felt today. It was like, I've never thought to ask them, you know, you know, how they came to be and what they do. And I feel like I just want to honor them for their servanthood. I want to honor them while we're here today, as much as they honor us.
you know, the more we honor, the more we'll get from them. We'll get with them. We'll intertwine with them, entangle with them. So bring it out. Let's honor them.
Robin, would you want to lead us in that, or are you ready to do that?
I just feel like, yes, I will step into that. Yes.
Okay.
So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for serving, for encouraging, for prodding us to where we need to go and what we need to do, for floating us across the places where we question what it is that we're supposed to be doing or not doing, and that you have made this path easy for us because you light the path for us. And as long as we stay on the path of light that you've really generated for us, we know that we're going to be okay. So I just honor you in that way for the great cloud of witnesses, for all of the hosts of heaven. We just honor you. We thank you. We bless you. Thank you for the gifts that you give us. Thank you for serving along with us. Thank you for taking us into the depths of the Spirit of God. Thank you for the revelation that you bring to us and the understanding. Thank you for taking us into the deep places. I just want to honor you for what you've done for us, what you're doing for us, and what's before us, and for making the way for us. I feel like I'm supposed to say thank you for the compassion that you have for us and for the feelings, the emotions that you carried for us. That you've comforted us when we've needed to be comforted. You've encouraged us when we need to be encouraged. And you give us courage. You help us to have courage to trust in what we don't necessarily understand. I feel like that there's some like really large, the really big guys that are kind of like standing over the crowd, the breakers, the ones that really carry the weight, the ones that have broken chains in our lives. The ones that have helped us to ascend, that have cleared the path for us. We give you honor.
And I'm just going to say, if anybody has anything, that they would like to say, as well as, along the lines that Robin was speaking about, just go ahead. Thank you, Robin. That was beautiful.
I'd like to say this, that I'm very appreciative and very thankful for all the angelic encounters I've been allowed to partake in my life. But I want to specifically thank those that have stopped me from going that one step too far, and those that's helped me take that step where I couldn't take without them. I want to thank them for being there to hold me up when I couldn't hold myself up, and for putting me down when I was about to go too high. I really do sense that we know. It's almost like I see us standing on this podium sort of thing, where we're looking over the angels, and we're giving this message that, you know, we're speaking on behalf of the body of Christ. We're speaking on behalf of the congregation to honor the angelic hedge of protections that we've called to stand in the gap for us and stand with us, for those who has brought the healing, that those that have carried the word, the ones that we have sent into harm's way, not even realizing where we've sent them, the ones that have carried those loads when, you know, when we were so overcome by grief and sorrow and pain and suffering that we couldn't pick them up and carry them ourselves. But somehow you were there to carry us through. And, you know, the scripture talks about y'all, the angelic, wanting to look into the things that we see and know, but we desire just as much to look into the things that you know and you see and that you operate in. And together, as we become, you know, one, as in brothers in the heavenly realm, I just believe that we're here to learn what we can, so that we can work with you more effectively and in a more certain way, without guessing and without hoping that, oh, I hope that my angel's going to show up today. You know, that we can learn to speak as we open and utter those things out. You know, that we can send you forth with confidence, knowing that you're there for us to do what the Lord has instructed us to give you to do. And the things that we see, even in our spirit, that we, you know, when we're released to send you, that we know with confidence that you've gone to do what we've called you to do. We thank you for that.
I want to say thank you that you are manifesting more in this natural realm, that I see twinkles of light even in the natural realm, and that lets me know that you are near. And I thank you for not doing it in such a way that it frightened me. And when I was weak with the Lord, when I was weak in my own spirit, you didn't do things to frighten me, even though you were there all along. But I just want to say thank you so much for the twinkles of light that I see, the flashes of light that I see, the even sometimes the shapes of light that I see, even in the natural. And you're just letting me know when I between you're just letting me know when I've got it right, when I'm on the right track, when I'm moving in the right direction, when we are moving in the right direction as the body of Christ. And you're giving us little nudges and little hugs even to let us know that we're going in the right direction. I just want to thank you for that. I just so thank you for that. And I invite not just for me, but for all of us, that we would see more of that manifestation. We love you, and we want those cues. We want those manifestations in the natural. When we're moving in the right direction, those hugs, those gifts of love from the Father that you bring to us. And we know all of this is being brought straight from the throne room from Father. You're delivering those things from Father. And we just love that. We love that.
You know, just listening to all the gratitude, I just am like having I can feel my heart swelling with even a deeper love for the angelic realm. And I just wanted to say that because it's something is being activated as we're doing this as well. Hey, Gwen, welcome. Welcome from Europe.
Good morning.
It's early in the morning in Germany, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 3:15.
You're a trooper. Glad you're here. Is anybody else feeling that real sense of deepening love towards the angels that that are present at this time, but also the ones that we interact with in our daily lives? Is anybody else getting that, sensing that? I'm just curious.
I just feel like that they have such an allegiance to us. Like I know that um, Alon is the angel that's been assigned to me since the beginning, and he does come to me in my dreams, and a lot of times I'll just get like kind of like quick shots of him watching me, um, holding his sword close, like as he's like kneeling and he's holding his sword up next to his face. You know what I'm saying? Like in that place of allegiance of such. I don't really have the word, but that there is such a that he's been given so much love for me. And I say him because he's more of a male figure for sure. I mean, I've seen more female versions of angels, but as far as this particular angel is he is like his eyes, I engage in his eyes, he is one with me in a lot of ways. And the more I try to talk about it, the more I understand that. But the gaze and the admiration and the allegiance that he has towards me, it's almost like I sense that he waits for the next assignment. He's waiting for me to step into the next level of what I'm being called into, even if I don't understand that necessarily. But it's almost like I have this love affair with him in the purest sense, because I know he's always been there for me from the very, very beginning. And I wonder how he tolerates me. But I just sense this, like he's so excited, and he's like, when he's not doing anything for me, he's waiting, and this this excitement of what is to come for me. He's already pushing forward for me. That makes me love him, like Jill says. That makes me have a deep appreciation for him.
Bucky, do you still see us on that platform, or?
No, not at the moment. I don't.
What are you engaging?
Actually, I got kicked off, and I've been trying to get back on, so I kind of lost track for a moment.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. Is anybody else? Where's everybody else seeing that we're at?
Okay, I'll share something, but because I've kind of hesitated because it's kind of different from what's taking place. So the flowers, they were holding all the multicolored flowers. You know how when a magician takes them out of the hat and they just multiply and they just continuously, keep taking things out of the hat, ribbons that just go on forever. And I just had this experience of one of the children, I'm not quite sure, had one of my hands. It was like I could fly. And so it was just like we were flying in these flowers. The flowers they were holding, they just turned into this just beautiful gate. This just beautiful multicolored gate. It's like, not like golds, like royal golds and silvers and all that. It's just like the color of the vibrant flowers. It was just like they just took my hand and away I went. And I'm just in front of this beautiful gate.
So, are we supposed to go through the gate? Do you believe?
I believe you're supposed to go through the gate. It's almost like it's almost like the gate is has it's ornate and everything, has all these colors, but the center of the gate where you would have I'd say this is like an archway, like a gate, but the part of the gate that would open is like you can walk through it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a painting that you could walk through. I don't, like walking through a wall or something. It's not like a typical gate.
Like Mary.
It's not like a typical gate.
Like Mary Poppins. Remember Mary Poppins? We grew up with Mary Poppins.
Well, this is it's like a painting. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a painting and you can walk into it.
Yeah.
Only it's a gate.
Why don't you lead us through, Brenda?
I'll have to draw it, won't I? I'll have to show you what
You're gonna
I'll
have to eventually. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, because I'll know because I can see it. I can see it as plain as day. So I just really think I don't see anybody with me. So I imagine one of the children took me, and I just really sense it's like the heart of a child. And that's part of the joy of a child is they just believe in, they believe they can fly. They believe they can do anything. And it just took my hand, and I just imagine you can take their hand.
Yeah, I was there. Let's just everybody take a child's hand and let's see if we can connect it to gate with Brenda so that she can lead us through. Speak up when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, has everybody got a child's hand?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes.
And
I think yes, and to see the flowers, they have flowers in one hand and your hand in the other hand.
Yes. Holding them in my teeth.
It's just kind of like that. Let's go play, and it's like a kid wants to hide and seek, or they want to just go play. So we just joined hands, and you're all just going to come, and we're just going to go through this gate. So at the count of 3, you just fly. Just as simple as that. You just fly. You just fly to this gate, and it fills the sky. It's not like it just fills everything. It's all pretty in blues. It's like I see like if you walked in, like if you painted an ocean in abstract or something. It's just beautiful. We can just we can just fly literally right through it. And it's just going to leave residue on us. It's like you can put your hand in and come back out and you have residue from that substance. Are you ready to go through?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
1, 2, 3, and we're just going to just fly through it. It's like a slow motion. You just fly through, and all this substance just coats us and covers us.
Mm. Thank you, Lord.
You know, I'd also just thought, you know, I remind everybody, really, even if you're getting something different, please share it, because we all have a piece of the puzzle here. So don't be
Good word.
shy. Don't be shy. Just go with it and share it. Thanks, Brenda.
I don't know. I just sense like it's a place. It's like if you were, it's not cold or anything, but it's like if you were in a place like snow was falling. But it's not really like snow. It's all this. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
I kind of feel like it's like effervescence, like, you know,
Yes.
when you walk through a waterfall, but you're not really in the waterfall. It's like it's all around you. The effervescence of the water. It's all different colors.
It kind of reminded me of the bubbles that I saw a little earlier. How they reflect all the different colors. And another thing that I noticed in here too is I can look around and I see like, you know, gigantic flowers, huge flowers, like the size of, you know, those big giant redwood trees.
I want to share this because it's coming to me, and I know it's because I watched this last night, but I kept asking, because in the natural realm, they can't be seen. But when a star supernovas, for many years they couldn't figure out why because none of the models ever worked. But inside a supernova are these little things called neutros, something like that, and they actually can pass through substance, and they can pass through your body, they can pass through planets and rocks. I mean, and what they do is they are what creates when a supernova blows up. They're what creates the shock wave. And when that happens, when they blow up and that shock wave takes place, and the star explodes, light explodes, and then that, even for 400 years, thousands of years, that cloud from that star, from that little neutrino that caused that, it's not the only cause, but it was catalyst that created the shock wave, that they literally go out, and inside of that is oxygen and all the elements that create and cause life, like the very structure of DNA. And so I was seeing these little things like those little neutrinos that can pass through us. They're like little things that, as they pass through us and everything, they cause us, for lack of a better word, to light up, to release light, and light be. And so it's and then from this place, as they move through us, then that shock wave, it'll cause us to just, it's like a star would produce that, what they call a cloud or whatever it's called. But gosh, the last one's like now 25 light years wide. It just keeps growing and releasing life and growing and releasing life and creating life. And I just felt that these little things were kind of, these little confetti, sparkly, effervescent things. I can see them move in and out of us. They'll create something in us and release something in us to create life.
Yeah, I
like-
look. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
I had just, it might help you guys if you just take a look at the definition of neutrino.
Definition of what?
Neutrino. That's what you were referring to, was it not?
Yes.
Brenda? Yeah.
Yes, the neutrino. Yes.
Neutrino.
And millions pass through our body each day.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's amazing. It's almost like, I mean, I know it's not, but it just made me think of the word nutrition, neutrino. Just, I know that in the heavenly realm, they would be different than they are.
Right.
Okay, nutrition's got some bite on it. Let's look at some nutrition.
Okay.
That's why the flowers are so big here.
Yeah, that's kind of what that's where my thinking was just sort of engaging, like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Carol, are you getting anything?
I've had so much activity around me, I've not kept up real well. My little one's asleep now.
Okay, that's good.
I figured you were
Yep.
wrangling kids, Carol.
How about you, Diane?
No, not really. But when Mary talked about the sparkles in the sky, um, See, I've seen sparkles in the sky before in the natural, and uh, it was awesome because um the day I I was I was looking at videos all day and um listening to Billy Brim sermons, and then I went outside and I saw sparkles in the sky. I never knew what they were, but maybe they were angels. I don't know. Maybe,
Wow.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really neat. Angela, how about you? You got anything?
You know, I'm not seeing as much, but the person who was talking about like the sonic boom type thing, like I just like earlier, I just felt like this big, like almost like a foot just stomping down right in my living room, and like hearing in the spirit, like just like this boom type thing, like in my living room. So
That's pretty cool. I guess, Gwen, you're probably asleep. So, Mary, either one of you Marys have anything to share?
I've just been tracking, especially as Brenda was talking, I was just seeing particles and waves in space. That's what I was seeing when she was talking about the neutrinos. They're very tiny and they're very fast, and they're I'm just going to say electrified because I don't know another word to use. They have that spark in them that calls us to light up as they pass through. And that kind of made me think of the light we saw in the last ascension, the filament inside the bubble.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
And so that's what I've been experiencing. I've just been tracking and just and even before Brenda mentioned about the angel, the little child taking her hand, I had experienced the child was taking my hand and he was tugging me, and from that point we went to the platform. But when she said about the child taking her hand, then I thought, wow, I wasn't the only one that experienced that. So that was pretty awesome. But I do want to speak again about the twinkle, or I'm calling it a twinkle because I see they're burst. It's only there for a very short time. And I mean, I can see it with my natural eye, and it's, and I associate that with angels letting me know that they're present. And or sometimes it'll be it's almost like a falling star, but it just goes sideways in my view, and it just flashes right past. And I feel like it's their way of letting me know that they're near, and that especially when I'm on the track with whatever I'm doing or saying, but especially when I'm ministering to someone, or talking about God, or my walk, or what God's having me, working with me on, or training me. I see those twinkles, and I can relate it to like the sparks from a sparkler. They're just there for a second, or even a split second. It's just so quick. And sometimes it'll just be a single one, just a single one. But I know it's there. Because I can see it. And it's really tiny at times. And normally I don't see my angel. I feel like he's behind me most of the time. As far as even in the spirit, I don't really there is one that was given to me, I don't know, a year or two ago. And I don't see him. I know that he's there because when I ask him, he comes out and reveals himself and goes back. It's like he's meant to be, he's a safety for me. He's a protector. He's a warrior for sure. But he's meant to blend in, even in the spirit realm. How that is possible, I don't know. But he just he just blends in until it's time for him to do whatever he needs to do. But other than that particular one, I don't really see, as far as a shape or a winged creature or anything like that. The way I know that my angel is present is these lights I see. And I just have it, it's just in my knower. I know that's what it is. But I haven't really met the angel that was assigned to me at birth that I know of. But I'm anxious for that. I'm ready for that. And for anyone else who hasn't, then I just want to pray this over us that, Lord, I'm ready to meet my angel, the one that was assigned to me at my creation. When you created me, you assigned an angel to me, each one of us. And so anyone who hasn't met their angel, Lord, I just say we're ready. We're ready to meet our angel.
Thanks, Mary. I appreciate you sharing that. How about other married? You have anything to share?
Not really beyond what Mary just shared. I was tracking along with her and with Brenda and able to see it, but I haven't done much beyond what they already have been describing. But I've been enjoying it and verifying with it, or agreeing in my spirit with it.
That's good. Gwen, are you asleep or are you with us?
Who are you speaking to?
Gwen?
Yeah, she might.
I'm here. I'm not sleeping. I'm listening.
Do you have anything to share?
So what's been coming to me is we entered in through this painted gate, and I think Jill said how large the flowers were, and then we talked about neutrinos and nutrition kind of popped up. I'm just kind of going back over where we're at in this process, and then I was really wondering if we're supposed to like eat the flowers. I know that sounds really different, but I'm wondering if we're supposed to partake, because the nutrition in the soil, I kind of feel like it's like a garden, and the nutrition that's in the flowers and the vegetation that's in this place is like a garden. I feel like if we eat of the vegetation, that there's an expanse that's how I'm feeling in my spirit, is like that there's an expansion of our understanding and our relationship with these spiritual beings.
Why don't you lead us in doing that, Robin?
Okay. I just want to kind of start off saying thank you, Father, for leading us into a fertile place, into a place where there is richness and there is joy and there is expanse for our understanding, Lord, in this beautiful garden that you've created for us to partake from, to eat from, Lord, the tree of life. So, Father, I just want to thank you just for making that provision for us tonight, for leading us into these places that we can have communion with you and with your servants, Lord. So, Father, I'm just going to reach up and I'm just going to pick the flower of my choice. And I'm just going to eat. And as I eat, I just ask, Father, that nutrition will like infuse my spirit for greater understanding in our relationship with these fellow servants and with each other as we could become one in this place. And so, Lord, I just eat of that. I take that into my physical body, into my heavenly body, and I just eat of it, and I just bless it, and I thank you for the nutrition of what is coming, the nutrition that is being given to us right now as the body. I thank you, Lord, for that.
That's good, Robin. I actually see that as you're talking about that, like we're taking communion even.
Yes, that's how I feel like it is. It's like another extension of communion, another way to receive.
Yeah. No,
It feels like
go ahead,
it
Mary.
feels like communion to me too. In fact, immediately when she started talking and said nutrition, I felt communion, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was thinking of drinking the nectar from the flowers, as being the wine.
Yes. Yes. I just feel like that's really like resonating in my spirit. Like I feel alive because of that. More alive, greater awareness, and that like we're being given this as an offering to us. And I just hear the Lord say to us that we are highly favored. We are highly, highly, highly favored to receive that favor.
So I pinched, or I took a flower petal, and it was very thick and succulent and full of moisture. And as I put it to my mouth, I could see a sun. It was like coming up the horizon, but more than half of it was up. And I could see the solar flares coming off of it as I was taking this flower petal in my mouth. And I felt like the Lord said, this is liquid sun that He's giving us. A different aspect, a different perspective, a different facet of Jesus even.
Yeah, that's good, Mary. I really like that too. My goodness. I could only, grab a petal because they're so big. And for me, it was like a vanilla wafer with honey in the middle. It was really sweet. And it was yellow. For me, yellow was just very predominant tonight. And it reminded me of what you were saying, the sun, the rising sun, play on words.
Angel that met you at the gate with the yellow flower, that taking us into that place, what they had for us today.
Oh, yes, 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 that's true. Wow. And I see the children with us, and the angels are gathered, and I see them eating these things as well. And I was just curious, what colors were people, seeing in their flowers? Like mine was yellow. What color were yours?
Mine was purple,
Purple.
deep, rich purple.
I love that. How about you, Mary? Were you going to say something?
Yeah, mine was it was actually a light green. It was almost like an aloe vera color.
Yeah.
And almost that same texture and the succulentness of the aloe vera with all the moisture inside, that thickness in the liquid. And the sun with the solar rays coming off of it was red hot, but it was orange, an orange with the kind of red in it as well. It was a fiery color.
Yeah. Thank you. How about you, Bucky?
Mine was kind of a purple and the yellow. I didn't try the green one yet, but I've tried the purple one and the yellow. And like, I don't really know. I don't really have a flavor per se in mind, but I just felt a refreshing, if you will.
Yes. You know, I also felt for Mary that signified some sort of healing also. In your aloe vera flower petal.
And I've been savoring it. No, I didn't even think about eating another one.
Oh, there's plenty here, guys. Anybody else? What color their flower is that they're scarfing on?
I had it was yellow, and I knew that it was a poppy flower, and so I was actually kind of looking up what is the meaning of a poppy flower, because I had no idea. And there's just a lot about it, but
Yeah.
it's interesting because one of the things it was saying was like a calming or sleep type of thing, and I was like, I've actually battled with like some insomnia and not sleeping as well as I could be, so I feel like maybe that's something God is speaking specifically for me.
Yeah.
With that. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, so I think it's both, you know, corporate and individual here. I love it when he does that.
I thought, because how God had us hear some more words, touching, I thought that you wanted me to eat that, especially good things for me, because whole face, whole food diet is what I go.
And what color was it, Diane?
Oh, it was yellow, it's kind of gold.
Yeah.
Turmeric. Turmeric.
Love that.
You know, being we went through the gate of the congregation too, I think what we're eating here is not just for us, but it's for actually others. So we can actually, what I'm kind of sensing is we can take these flowers back with us and almost like the balm of Gilead, you know, when we're shown, we'll be giving them to others to eat on and to be nourished and does that make sense?
Yeah, Bucky. Yeah,
Yes.
when you were talking it, I just felt like, you know, we will have the opportunity to release not only the flowers, but the entire entanglement of this ascension tonight with others, you know, as we engage with them and just,
Yes.
you know, so yeah.
Also, just to add to that, with this being the beginning of the year, there are a lot of congregations who are doing corporate fasts, and it's important. It was revealed to me, and it's probably been said to me before, but it just really resonated with me, that during a fast, the purpose is to get closer to the Lord and to give the Lord that time that you're sacrificing, that you're, putting to the side these things, whether it's food or whatever it is that you're fasting from. But in the meantime, you're to get spiritual nourishment. That's the purpose. Even if it's to not, if you're fasting food, the purpose is to get spiritual nourishment for that's what we're trading up for.
Yeah, that's the trade. Yeah.
That's the trade. And we always trade up when we're trading with God. He always trades up with us.
That's right.
And so we're taking this nourishment, this spiritual nourishment, back out into the congregation, especially those that are doing a corporate fast. That's what I feel right now. As we engage with people we know, and most people don't necessarily tell you they're fasting, but they can still receive. God knows. And when we come into their atmosphere, we get when we're interacting with them, then there's a transference of that spiritual nourishment that we're carrying with us from this place.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mary. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure if I'm conveying that completely.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So does anybody have anything else to share with that? I'm wondering, have we gone past the gate now? I mean, I know we went through the gate, but have we gone beyond that, just into the flower field, or?
I felt like we did. That was my sense of it, that we were engaging in this vast area with these, like I said, gigantic flowers, and the multitude of angels are around us, and the children. I mean, I see. So it's a big place, the way I'm seeing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's like just this big open area. I'm not really seeing much around me, but I am seeing all of you.
Yeah. I really feel like people are receiving revelation of the angels that, again, are, close to them in their everyday life as well. I mean, there's
At one point, I kind of lost this just about the same time I got it, but it was like having this thought that this was an opportunity. Tonight is an opportunity for us to engage with our personal angel that walks with us. That I thought that was really good about us. But I think it's not only us, like I said, as we stepped through the door of the congregation tonight, we stepped into a place. It's not about us tonight. It's about the congregation. So everything, and go to Hebrews 12 and read who is involved in the congregation, because everyone that's part of Mount Zion, in the Zion realm, is a part of that, whether on earth or in the heavenly realm. So if you don't know or haven't known your angel, this is like the opportunity for that to begin to happen. That I think we're all going to start having these angelic encounters, and we need to be particularly paying particular attention, because it's the particular one that has been assigned to us, maybe from our very beginning.
Yeah, agreed. And Angela, I felt like, for you, I feel like that's what that boom was, that one of them stepped in to let you know they were there.
Yeah,
I agree.
I definitely agree on that.
And the poppy brings a lot of richness to the soil. It is, or I should say, it's symbolic of that. So that's just something for you. But yeah, I thought that was kind of awesome, really.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. Nutrition of the soil, the place we grow. Yeah, this is for the entire ecclesia, Bucky. Yeah, definitely. It's never just about us,
No, but I think tonight intensifies or magnifies the entire body, as
Yeah.
opposed to just our group.
Yeah, I agree. Should we do, I'm not saying now, but before we close out, some sort of release too for the entire ecclesia? Or do you think, that was sort of something that we did with the intent of our heart as we walked through?
I don't know. I'll have to be praying about it. Does anybody else pick up any of that?
I feel like everyone is really getting an opportunity to engage in this, with the angels, their own angels as well.
So Jill, did you mean, can you be a little bit more specific about what you meant?
Yeah, the first part that I said, is there maybe some sort of, legislative declaration that might be appropriate, before we in the meeting. We still have a little while. I was just sort of thinking out loud on that. But my question was, do we do that, or did we actually carry them in as we entered the ascension, because it was something that Bucky had pretty much declared, as we were first beginning this ascension. So does that make sense?
I think so. So would it be down the lines of more angelic encounters for all the members of the congregation,
Well,
or
yeah, yes, and all
Yes.
of this that we have, yes, and all of this
Okay.
that we have experienced. So, you know, in this ascension, all the things, you know, the all the little things that we were talking about throughout, you know, just the tidbits of revelation and the understanding that, you know, we would just share during this ascension. I believe that that's all part of the release that I was talking about, whether it be, again, a legislative declaration, you know, that we speak out, or is it something that, because of, you know, the intent in our heart, we've already released to the entire ecclesia. I mean, often during our meetings, there's like one thing that you know, or specific things I should say, that we've declared. But I really feel like tonight it's this whole angelic ascension that we have entangled with. And so it's more than just encounters, it's just everything that we've, you know, that we've been sharing with each other during this meeting tonight.
okay.
I'm reminded of a time not too long ago where I had this encounter with an angel, and I was actually driving, and I was turning off a highway onto a busier highway. And so when I made the turn, I looked to my right, and I caught what seemed to be somebody sitting in the passenger side beside me. But then I noticed there wasn't any traffic, so there was traffic coming the other way, so I wanted to hurry up and get across. But about the time I went around the corner and got up on the highway, it dawned on me that I had just seen somebody sitting beside me. And so at that moment, I chose to engage. And when I say engage, I began to talk to him and just recognize the fact that he was there. And that's kind of my point. What I'm trying to say here is, in the next week, 2 weeks, month, in next day, next few hours, next few minutes, whatever, as you begin to start seeing things that just draws your attention to it. And as you look, and there's nothing there, but something got your attention, and you're like, well, that was nothing. I want to say to you, engage that, because it's almost, I keep thinking of that scripture, where Elijah was up on the mountaintop and the big wind came and there was nothing, and the rain came and blah blah blah, and all of a sudden it was in the still small voice. So it's in the twinkling of an eye, in the instant, the sparkle, the twinkle, the drawing your attention towards it. Turn to that. When Moses passed the burning bush, he turned towards it. He turned his heart towards it. So I'm just encouraging you, when that happens, turn towards that thing and engage it. Speak to it. Don't be scared of it. Just talk to it and invite it to come and share with you what he has for you, because I'm telling you, that's your angel.
Thank you so much for that, Bucky. That was wonderful description.
Yeah, and the more we do it, the easier it becomes, and
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the atmosphere is still full of joy, and it's like to me it's still like a party kind of atmosphere, just with a lot of laughing and, like I said, joy, lots of balloons. All of a sudden I see lots of balloons, and I really like this realm that we're in.
Well, that stirred up something in me too. The fact that the realm that we're in, you know, I think really and truly, every one of you that's here tonight could be called a realm walker. You know, you're literally walking in the realms of Yahweh. That this is not something by chance. This is, you have done this purposely. Did I say that right?
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Wow.
You know, so when you hear Justin and Ian and those guys talking about these deeper things, and you're going, man, I wish I could do that. You are doing that. You are doing that.
Absolutely. And I think we do, or we engage more than we even realize, you know. So I just want to encourage everyone that, yep, it's going on in each of our lives. Don't ignore it. Really
Yeah.
pay attention to it.
There's something I remember. But who I thought it was? Hey, it was somebody. It was well. It wasn't. It wasn't just. Oh, it was Robert Henderson. I was listening to today, and I realized that when I was on a plane in September, I was on the trip going back from Texas to Seattle, actually, and the guy who was sitting by me, he was at the window seat, and I was on the aisle, so it's a seat in between. But he was a god, or it might have been what's the matter? It was yeah, I can't think of his name. But because well, he mentioned how he was he used to be a stewardess, a steward on the plane, and then sometimes he's on there. Well, I was thinking, well, that might have been him, because the guy, I didn't really talk to him too much, because I didn't think it was an angel, but it could have been.
Yeah.
He was looking through the Bible, and it was awesome. And he would talk some about how wonderful the trip is going to be. It's for an adventure and all this. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I would have talked to him more, but I
You,
didn't want to bother him.
right. Well, you know what, Diane, you can engage with him even now,
Yeah,
you
I'm
could just
sure I can.
with your will in the spirit. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll try that.
How are you doing, Carol? You engaging or? Bucky, I kind of feel that we're at a good place to close. What do you think, Bucky?
I agree. I think it's very, very peaceful. It's very, yeah.
And what do you think about, do we need to, release, do a governmental, anything, governmental, or have we done it with the intent of our heart? And how does everybody see that?
Jill, can you hear me?
I can now. Yes, I can.
I had talked several times. I thought, my mic must be off. I thought I better reconnect. No.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Did you have something to say?
No, I just want to say, do you want to see the gate?
Oh, sure. Why not? Let's look at it.
I'm not finished, but.
Okay. Yeah. What
but
we'll
you can
do
see it.
is we'll,
I'll let you see what I got. I mean, it's almost finished.
okay. We'll just,
Hold on.
we'll close the ascension and take a look.
Okay.
So you guys, I mean, I'm asking Bucky and everyone if,
Yeah, I think we're good.
okay.
Honestly, I really don't feel like we need to. I think it's already been done.
Okay, I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for having me on tonight. So.
Oh, thank you for joining us, Angela.
I'm good with that too. Thanks.
Okay, good. Oh, that's beautiful, Brenda. Yeah.
Oh,
Love that.
good.
That's my gate I saw.
Yeah, very
Well,
pretty.
as close as I can get anyway.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
What can you say, right?
Right. No, it's beautiful. I just love that.
It's hard to put into to pictures what you see.
It is.
You can't never do it justice. So.
Yeah, no, I love that. So Father, we just thank you again for tonight. And we just honor the angelic realm and the cloud of witnesses that participated with us tonight. And Father, we do seal this ascension with the blood of Jesus. Amen. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording here.